Hello there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. This card was part of my Wow Wednesday class, and I wanted to show you how to do this one so that you have a little bit of a folk star or dimensional star there cut out of our vellum cardstock. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually, let me slow my roll, go back and show you the stamp set. We're going to use Star of Light bundle. So we're going to use the stamp set, and we're also going to use the die cuts that go with it. And I already have the die cut done. I just want to show you that we're going to do some embossing, some heat embossing with our gorgeous copper embossing powder. So we're going to take the big swirl and some Versamark, and we're going to ink that up, and you're going to have to stamp it twice on your Whisper White cardstock. This would also be really pretty if you did it with shimmery white cardstock as well. So you're going to do one swirl there, ink up again, try and see where your swirl ended, and do another swirl in Versamark. And then quickly we want to get some embossing powder on that. Don't worry about using a bunch. That's okay, because we will definitely be recycling it. Okay, so I'm just going to tap off my extra. I got a little bit where I don't want it. Okay. So that embossing powder will just go right back into the container. And we'll be able to use that again for another project. Okay, so now I'm going to take my heat tool, and I'm going to heat my embossing powder so that it melts. Heat embossing is so much fun. If you guys have not done this yet, you need to do it, because it's probably one of the coolest techniques that we have. And if you can see that it's starting to melt there and get nice and shiny. Okay, looking pretty good, nice and shimmery. So you can see the shine to it. It's already melted, which I just love it. I don't know, there's something cool about that, and I've been stamping for a long time. Dapper Denim ink, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment down at the bottom. And then I'm also going to stamp my little stars. These all are the same set. Okay, so now I did die cuts. These come in the bundle. Okay, and these are the two that I used. I went ahead and die cut them out so that I had the big one is die cut out of our cardstock vellum, and then the small one is die cut out of our gorgeous copper foil. If you don't have copper foil yet, you better get some. There is a huge run on it, and everyone is just in love with it. So to get that 3D star, let me move some things out of my way here a sec. I have to bring in my Simply Scored tool here. So I have a Sharpie mark on my Simply Scored tool. It was from another project, but it sure came in handy with this one. So I'm going to use my Sharpie mark as my visual, and I want to put the points right where my Sharpie is. You don't have to have a Sharpie mark, but it does help you see amongst all these other score lines. And I'm going to use the fatter end of my scoring tool so that it doesn't tear my vellum. And I want to hold it down, and I just want to run a score right down through the center from point to point on each arm, leg, whatever these are, of the point, each point of the star, point to point. And you'll see how it'll actually kind of start to curve a little bit into a 3D star. Okay, that's all there is to it. So there it's kind of, it's just really showing the score lines. But if you then fold very carefully on each line, you'll start to really get that three-dimensional look, okay? So you're going to do that for each line, and it'll come out looking like this. Okay, so I'm going to attach this one to my Dapper Denim cardstock. And I'm going to, because I embossed it, it has a little bit of a curve to it because I've heated the cardstock. There's embossing powder everywhere. And so I do like to use a little bit of extra mono adhesive just to make sure that this is going to stick really, really well on here. Oh, shaking the movie again. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take somewhere, I've hid them all in my piles of mess. I need to work with a bigger table. Okay, so I'm going to have my star, it's upside down, and I'm going to put two dimensionals stacked on top of each other. You could even use 3 if your star is really, really pointy. So just lay those on top of each other. I think I may do 3 on this one. It's nice and bowed. Okay, so stack 3 dimensionals, 2 to 3, on top of each other. And then you're just going to attach that to your card. Okay, so now you still have your 3D look. You can see the dimensionals through there, but they are going to get covered up. And I would use a glue dot on this. I don't have one right on my table, so I'm just going to use a little mono adhesive right in the center. Okay, a glue dot is just perfect for this. I'm not going to attach any of those little arms down there, and that is just going to go right in the center of that dimensional star. Then I took some of our new enamel dots and I just put that right into the center, and that's going to cover up the little glue mess I have there, my little glue dot that would be there. And that, my friends, simple as that. You have that nice little 3D star with that gorgeous copper. Beautiful. So if you're doing a card like this for Christmas, this is probably going to be a hand cancel card or an added postage to it. So you might want to ask your friendly neighborhood postal worker how much that would be to mail that. Hand deliver would be perfect, but like I said, if you're mailing it, it's a little bit too thick, so you would have to do a little bit more postage. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week for Movie Monday.